I'm gonna give you the 4 best exercises to train your arm strength regarding wrestling, and we're gonna start right now. What's up everybody, it's Dane Miller from GarageStrength.com, and if this is your first time to the channel and you are interested in becoming an explosive freak, you wanna get stronger, you wanna have that mat strength if you're a wrestler, make sure you like, you subscribe, and you ring that notification bell so we can help you become a champion. So for the last 10 years at Garage Strength, we've had Pennsylvania state champions in the sport of wrestling. We've had world championship caliber bronze medalist in Nick Wazowski train in our gym. And a lot of this is because of the work that we do in the weight room and how well it transfers over to the mat. And when we're talking about arm strength training, this is no different. So we're gonna give you those 4 best exercises, and we're gonna start right off with that number 4 exercise, and that is the kettlebell curl. If you can think about the kettlebell curl, we like to use preacher benches. We also like to use it in a standing position. And I specifically like to use the large head of that kettlebell curl. Okay, so we're gonna have an open palm grip, and this is gonna be similar if we're getting into that collar tie position. This is gonna be similar if we're hitting a knee pick, if we're hitting that high crotch position. It's gonna be a much wider grip. And so when we're training our arms in this manner, not only do we have to improve our contraction in our fingers, we've also got to improve the way we contract our biceps. And then we need to correlate that feeling when we get out onto the mat. I like to recommend using these exercises for 4 sets of 17 to 20 reps to really stimulate that grip and to stimulate that bicep growth. That second exercise we like to use for arm-based training in wrestling is the fat grip homers. So again, a lot of the work that we like to do in wrestling is going to be fat grip related. We'll put towels on dumbbells, we'll put actual fat grips on dumbbells. Whatever that might be, we want that open palm grip. That's gonna increase the way we apply force around wrist control, the way we increase our force production when we're grabbing a neck, when we're grabbing a knee, when we're doing an ankle pick, whatever it might be. As wrestlers, we've gotta have really strong grips. So when we're doing the fat grip homers, we wanna have a lot of time under tension. Think about it on the mat. You've got a collar tie for 20 to 30 seconds. You're holding a cradle for a long period. This is where the fat grip homers come into play. We're gonna have an isometric contraction that we're gonna hold for about 15 to 20 steps. That could be 15 to 20 seconds. Then we're gonna do concentric and eccentric work. So we're gonna do a hammer curl for 10 to 12 reps, and then we're gonna walk back and do that same exact thing again for another 10 to 12 reps. So there's a long period of time under tension. There's a lot of grip work that comes into play. There's a lot of bicep coordination that comes into play, and this will carry over tremendously to the mat. I recommend using 3 to 4 sets for about 10 to 12 curls on each length of the turf or each length of the gym, wherever you're doing those homers at. Heading to the triceps now, one of the best tricep exercises that you can use that's a sort of a bodybuilding exercise is a fat rope tricep pushdown. So I like to use that fat rope to mimic that wrist that you might be using, that neck that you might be grabbing, that upper arm that you might be grabbing. Now you've got a 2-inch rope and you put that onto a machine, you start doing tricep pushdowns. This is gonna help you get into that front headlock position, hit that head snap down a little bit stronger. Now you're gonna learn how to utilize those triceps and extend the elbows a little bit more effectively on the mat, and you're gonna be able to fatigue your entire arm the way it feels when you're deep inside a wrestling match. I would say utilize tricep pushdowns with that 2-inch fat rope for 3 to 4 sets for 20 to 30 reps to stimulate and emulate the fatigue that you'll have when you're on the actual mat. The absolute best exercise that you can do for arm-based training for wrestling is the Miracle Grow. And I love the Miracle Grow for multiple different reasons. One, we're gonna have an open palm grip. That open palm grip is going to make it more difficult and more taxing on our hands, on our grip. On top of that, we're gonna get a nice deep thoracic extension, a nice deep lengthening of our lats. Our triceps are gonna be super lengthened. Our abs are going to even be coordinated and stimulated. And as we get as deep as possible, we're gonna pull forward. So if we can get pretty heavy, we're gonna improve our mobility in our shoulder girdle, we're gonna improve our lat coordination with our abs, and that's going to carry over to that collar tie. That's gonna carry over to hitting that snap down as aggressively as possible. If we can think about that open palm on the dumbbell, that's gonna be similar to getting that collar tie and that open palm on a neck. This is going to carry over tremendously, and it's going to be something that you can even superset with med ball slams to coordinate that strength with that dynamic power. So utilize these exercises inside your wrestling-based program. Try them out. If you need help with your programming, you can head over to GarageStrength.com and you can pick up our 12-week preseason or our 12-week in-season wrestling-based program. If you want more videos and information about wrestling training, you can click on this card right here. Until next time, guys, peace.